Yeah.
This story goes all the way back to 1961. That was the year I got my first promotion. It was the year I went from baby of the family to big sister. Because my mom and dad had adopted a Korean baby girl. We were going to take delivery on my new baby sister on December 17th, 1961. I was getting a new baby for Christmas. I was really excited about it, but I was also kind of apprehensive. And I made a resolution, a solemn vow. All through December, I vowed that this baby, I was not going to blow it with. Not this time. I had gotten Christmas babies before, and it had never turned out good. My first Christmas baby was Raggedy Ann. I was 4 years old. We lived in Riverton, Wyoming at the time, and I left Raggedy Ann outside overnight on the night of a blizzard, and she was buried under 2 feet of snow. We didn't see her for 2 weeks. And when we finally did see her, she was sodden, she was gray, she was ugly. It was never the same between me and Raggedy Ann again. The next year, I got a doll that resembled a real little girl. She had little girl clothes on, and she even had little girl braids out of real hair. So of course you know what I did with my mother's scissors. I gave my new doll a new do, and it wasn't a good look for her. In fact, it was an awful look for her. She was ghastly, and I couldn't even bear to see her. So I let her fall to the bottom of my toy box, and that's where she stayed. But I thought, next time I will be more mature, and I'll do it right. I promise I'll do it right. Well, I was 7 when I got my Betsy Wetsy for Christmas. Now, Betsy Wetsy came with a little bottle, a little baby bottle, and she had a little hole in her mouth, and you fed her in through her mouth with the little bottle, and she'd pee on you through another little hole in her bum. This was disgusting. It was cold and it was messy, but to make matters worse, I gave Betsy Wetsy milk in her bottle. So not only did she pee on me, she curdled, and she ended up out at the curb. So here I am, December 17th, 1961 is approaching. I'm about to become a big sister. And walking across the parking lot of San Francisco International Airport, I'm thinking, I'm clumsy. I'll trip and fall, and I'll smash my baby sister flat. I'm absent-minded. I'll forget I've got her stroller, and I'll let her roll into traffic, and a truck will run over her. I'm not a safe person to be living with. I shouldn't have a baby sister at all. Well, we were escorted into a waiting room where there were 40 other pairs of parents there to pick up their new babies that day, flying in from Seoul, Korea. Standing room only. I'm the youngest person there. I'm by far the shortest. I'm looking up into all these nostrils and all the ear hair and the lapels and the shoulder pads. It's hot, it's stuffy. We're just standing there. And finally, in a corner of the room, a door opens, and this guy comes out with a clipboard. Behind him, there's a nurse. And the nurse is holding a little white flannel bundle. This little white flannel bundle is a baby going home with somebody in that room. She hands the guy with the clipboard a card. He reads something off his list. He checks it, and he calls somebody's name. A woman behind me answers, "Oh, that's us." And she goes forward. She receives that baby. She holds it like a pro. She knows what she's doing. And I look at her lost in admiration. And I think, how do you learn that? Where do you go to school to find out how to do that? One after another, the babies came through the door in little white bundles. The guy read from the clipboard. The people claimed their children. I couldn't wait till they called our name, but I was so nervous. Finally, he called, "Hicks!" And that's when I realized that little white bundle, that one was coming home with us. That was my baby sister. And in that moment, something burst inside my chest. I don't know what came over me. A rush of self-confidence, authority, something. I didn't even ask my mom. I just said, "She's mine!" And I plowed through all those grown-ups with my hands outstretched. The nurse put that baby in my arms. And to this day, I can still remember the weight of my baby sister in the crook of my arms. I looked down at her. She was just getting over chicken pox. She was in the scabby stage. Her hair was lank and thin. She had jaundice. Her face was squint shut. She had a rash. She stunk. I thought, man, this kid's gonna pee on me any minute now. And I could not quit grinning because I was head over heels in love. And I knew I didn't have to resolve to take care of this one. This was my baby sister. We were gonna be just